Look, I spent 40, what do you call it, 44ish, 45 years of my life. That if anybody would have told me that I had anything more than the traditional five senses, which I would have told them they're crazy. I don't believe in that stuff. What are you talking about? Get away from me. Literally. Um, Ironically, like like in many things I found out, the things that I've swore, no way, crazy, turn out to be some of my biggest truths. And so it turns out one of the ways that I learned how to be at peace with myself was recognizing that I'm actually extremely uh, gifted, sensitive, and things. And so when I didn't know that about myself, it was absolutely information overload constantly. But once I understood those things about myself and how to work with them, etc., then I was able to now go from information overload to, wow, how amazing and wonderful it is to have all of this information around me and to be able to kind of tap into it when I need to, as opposed to being drinking from a fire hose. And so why does that matter? Because I read a stat online, and so if it's online, it's got to be true, which is that 1 in 6 United States citizens now suffers from some form of mental illness, or disorder, something along those lines, up 50% in the last 10 years or 5 years or something like that, right? So is it really that, or is there really a lack of fully understanding the human physiology? I can tell you again, based on my personal experience, and that there definitely comes as a lack of of fully understanding the human physiology. And what's in it, and what really matters isn't so much that one person or that everybody believes the same thing, but what matters is that there's safe spaces within both traditional and non-traditional medical communities to offer healing to those that are reaching out for it, as opposed to judging them. Right? Nobody gets healed by being judged. I don't think it's not a healthy way to seek healing through judgment anyway. All right, not one that I would recommend. Um, and look, and speaking of this, of the the approach to mental health, and how everyone is meant to be from the same cookie cutter approach. When I went through understanding myself through the lens as a neurodivergent individual, one of the things that I encountered was this approach, that um, somehow the goal in life was to learn how to assimilate and become quote unquote neurotypical or normal, right? And that seems to be the approach in medicine, and so there are, I won't cover that on this episode. I could do that on just the limiting, on how limiting to society and potential a belief system like that is. And so that's why, that's why I will challenge it. Is anything that places limitations, that says that it says, as humanity we have learned everything we can learn. This is as good as it gets. No, can't buy into that. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying that this isn't going to be as good as it gets, because I believe in evolution. All right.